Bitcoin is just crashing further and further towards the downside. Now, I am still in this Bitcoin short position, which is right now 31k in a profit. This night, we got a beautiful breakdown outside of this symmetrical triangle where we have been having a look in towards yesterday, beautifully grabbing that downside liquidity. But the real question really is going to be, where's this Bitcoin crash going to stop? Well, I can tell you already, it is not really looking very good for Bitcoin. So can we once again smash up the likes back above the 80 likes? That will be absolutely amazing. And as always, let's first of all have a look into what's that imminent short term. And well, yesterday we were talking about how at the end of the weekend, basically we always tend to make a massive move. Just like we created over here, we created a massive move at the end of the weekend. Now right here, once again, we were creating this symmetrical triangle. We could have been breaking in either direction, either towards the upside or towards the downside. We eventually broke towards the downside, literally at the exact end of this weekend, and we had pretty much a perfect breakdown right here. Now, during this move towards the downside, we exactly grabbed our liquidity towards the downside. Now, we have a little bit more liquidity sitting on that downside, and what you need to understand is that Bitcoin tends to move towards the liquidity towards the downside right now, because the larger time frames are looking very, very bearish. Well, that is why all of these long positions are basically getting wrecked. Okay, Bitcoin is just taking all of the downside liquidity because we are trading in a downtrend right now. So yes, I do expect we are as well going to be grabbing this liquidity down below right here, but eventually do keep in mind that we are starting to pile up a lot of liquidity also towards the top side. So eventually, if enough liquidity starts to get piled up on the top side, we will also be grabbing that liquidity on the top side. We will eventually be getting some kind of a bounce. We will be grabbing that topside liquidity eventually. So yeah, Bitcoin in the short term could be moving a little bit lower to take out all of that liquidity towards the downside. Potentially, we are going to be seeing our Bitcoin CME gap getting filled, which is going to be sitting all the way down to about the 39.7k, 39.6k. That is the level to watch out for. So at that level, about the 39.7k, I will also be setting my first take profit level. I will be confirming this take profit order from my short trade. This will be my first take profit level whenever this Bitcoin CME gap will be getting filled. Now, I do think we can be seeing a little bit of a bounce being created from off this level, but I do not think we are going to be seeing new highs. Because if we just have a look into what's a Bitcoin daily trend, well, we have just flipped our Bitcoin daily trend into what's a downtrend just right now. We have lost our Bitcoin EMA ribbons. We have lost these levels of very important support right now, turning in towards resistance, and Bitcoin is absolutely crashing towards the downside. So yes, for the short term, I do think we can be seeing this dump ending a little bit whenever we are going to be filling our Bitcoin CME gap down below us. But for the longer term, in my opinion, this correction is not going to be over. Now, it of course takes a huge while before this correction is going to be over, because what you need to understand is that we literally moved up with about 100% towards the upside in a matter of about 4 or maybe even 3 months. So I've been saying this many times, well, a minus 30% correction isn't all too unreasonable after such kind of a move towards the upside. It is just healthy. Now, we are not going to be crashing towards the downside in one go. No, of course not. We are also going to be seeing some kind of a bounce right here, maybe create a lower high and then eventually create our next leg towards the downside. Okay, this is just how the Bitcoin price moves. We are going to be seeing boring periods of consolidation. We are going to be seeing bounces being created during this Bitcoin dump. We are not going to be crashing towards the downside in one go. So I definitely do think whenever this Bitcoin CME gap will be getting filled, we can be seeing some kind of a short-term bounce and short-term relief. And guys, if you are going to be interested in trading maybe some kind of a bounce whenever this CME gap will be getting filled, well, make sure to check out that first link in the description, because you can right now claim literally a free $1,000 trade by clicking on that link down below. Sign up a new account, deposit at least $100, and you can literally claim a $1,000 trade for free. You can go long, you can go short, but this offer only remains for 9 days. So make sure to claim this free trade very quickly, because this offer will not be here forever. But with that kept in mind, yes, maybe in the short term, we can be seeing a little bit of a bounce, we can be seeing a little bit of a relief, but for the longer term, well, in my opinion, it is really looking bad. That is also why I'm going to be holding on towards my short position. Yes, I'm going to be taking some profits, but eventually I do think we are going to be headed even lower. Now, also do keep in mind that we are going to be headed even lower, but ultimately, we are going to be headed for one of the largest bull markets ever. So whenever we are going to be reaching close towards our bottom, I'm going to be screaming to buy. Literally, I'm going to be making so many videos about why I am right now buying. So definitely stay posted about that. Whenever that bottom is going to be close, I'm going to be calling it out. Now, I'm not going through all of the reasons once again why I'm right now bearish, right now in a medium short term. I've literally went through it so many times for the past couple of days. I've literally called the exact top over here, and also before that top, we were literally bullish throughout this whole trend towards the upside. We are literally bullish throughout the whole trend, only flipped bearish at the exact top. I've called out the exact top many times on my YouTube channel. So well, many of you guys now already know why I am bearish on the Bitcoin price, and if you do not know already, make sure to check out some of my previous videos. But with that being said, make sure to grab your free trade on Bybit. Follow me on Twitter to stay up to date about every single market development, and guys, I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning.